To bake your epic chocolate brownie, you are of course going to need some chocolate. There are many different types of chocolate. That's different brands, different quantities of cocoa solid within the chocolate. And I really like this brand, Caliber. But what I would say is that you should look to use the best quality chocolate that you can find that's within your budget. First up, we've got some white chocolate, and we're not going to be using this in our epic chocolate brownie because white chocolate is very sweet, with sugar being its main ingredient. And also it's made with just cocoa butter. It doesn't have any of the cocoa mass, so it doesn't have that rich luxury chocolate taste. It's much more sweet, and that's why we're not going to be using white chocolate in our epic chocolate brownie. Next up, we've got some milk chocolate, which again is generally quite high in sugar and normally has more milk powder in it than it does cocoa solids, with this one here having 33.6% cocoa solids. So it offers a much more subtle chocolate taste, and what we want for our epic chocolate brownie is for that real punch of richness, and for this recipe the milk chocolate doesn't quite cut it. It doesn't give us that luxury. And finally, we've got two different types of dark chocolate. Now these have much more cocoa solids and much less sugar than the milk chocolate. And we've got one here which is at 54.5% and one which is at 70.5%. And that's the main difference between these two products, is that percentage of cocoa solid. And what that does is, as the number gets higher, as you get a higher percentage of cocoa solid, the chocolate becomes more rich, it becomes more chocolatey, it has darker flavours, it'll be more bitter. So for our epic chocolate brownie, what we're looking for is that balance between it being really chocolatey, but as well we want it to be delicious and umptious, and we want to have a chocolate brownie that people are going to want to go back to have more of. So we're going to be using the 54.5% cocoa solid, and this is something that you can experiment with, and you can decide which level of cocoa solid you really like in your epic chocolate brownie. But what I'd recommend is that you start at the 50 to 60% range, and then you can experiment from there.